We're here today. Coming online for a second. Because I'm cool like that. But yeah, man, it's a great day. Been drawing a lot. Getting things done fast. Fast enough. But yeah, man, so grateful to be able to do this stuff. It's giving me the comfort. Too deep for words. But yes, I met somebody today. It's had the sense of positive feeling. It's amazing. Just by meeting somebody can change your life. It's powerful. So I saw Angela, and yeah, I guess my internet is slow. I'm not sure. But then I got inspired by, I was talking about journaling and stuff, and then I got inspired by this, whatever moment was this thing. And then I thought about the things through life when you suffer, somehow it guides me to be more strong. But I choose to go that direction instead of the other direction. That could injure myself even more. And I'm always, I don't know why, but I'm so inspired by finding the comfort against the suffering I have every time. And it's interesting. I'm not saying I'm suffering, but I'm just like, emotionally I'm okay. You know, there's some days that's low. That's why I will do these type of live to showcase what I feel. But sometimes when I feel so deep, I feel like the presence of who I am is very close to myself because I'm feeling a sort of an edge. When I posted this squirrel with this praying thing, I felt this deep connection about myself. Super cool. And I have to trust this situation even though I feel so low. And we don't know why we feel so low this way. I mean, it's always been to me the circle of what I go through life every week. It seems that certain days is low, certain days are not. Very interesting. But when I meet certain person, yesterday somebody called me and I was so hyped. I don't know what's up with that, but there's a meaning in this direction that I can trust somehow. It's interesting because it presents itself and I know I can trust this person in a sense. And now it's developing to become a Bob Ross late night psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? But this is a big thing. My heart is desiring to find this. And it's funny because I was praying within myself. I enjoy this presence that JD has given me. And this whatever has been offered during this time alive. And I was humble. I was afraid. And then this thing discovered that I love this thing. This present, whatever has been given. I enjoyed this time. It's almost like, hello Nancy, comment ça va? I'm talking about like the presence of the things that is offered today. Doesn't matter if we're afraid or not, but somehow quand que je vais over my fears, that feeling of safeness is there, no matter what, and then it shows me what I love the most. It is unpredictable. Again, I'm still shocked by doing this Bob Ross thing. But somebody wants me to do a paint night. Or it's been presented me that the opportunity is opening in the sense where life wants to guide me there. Not sure why, but somehow I feel authentically real about this. I enjoyed this present time when I did this. And it was all set perfectly in such a way I don't understand. But now there's more interest in do this paint night of Bob Ross. And I've been somewhat thinking of this thing. So next year, somebody gave me a call yesterday. I was super inspired, and she got inspired, and it was such a vibrant moment to talk on the phone. How is this possible? It wasn't my break. And then she mentions I could organize events for the Bob Ross. This would be so cool. It primed me to the same thing, but I'm hearing things that life is saying to me, the confirmation of, through all things, telling me where to go. I can't deny the intense of not the intensity, but the how does I care? This presence is telling me this thing to go there. It's amazing. I have to listen to this voice. I have to be aware of this voice or this message, because it's such a deep, profound way of feeling that it stays with me. If something is important, most of the things that we remember is through the things that we're so emotionally involved in. The unpredictable things is such a closeness to my mind right now because of I've experienced it in an unpredictable way. The things that are predicted, it's funny because a lot of things that I try to predict, I don't remember them. But the things I never predicted but became something incredible, it will stay with me. That's incredibly a good place to me to see this difference, because if I can chase this unpredictable thing, then my life has more meaning at a deeper place, and I remember those things. I don't remember names. How many times that I know Fernand commence à I don't remember names. So, but I remember moments that have touched me deeply in a sense where I could not predict them. This Fondo, like the Fernand thing went to Grand Fondo, that gave me the sense of, wow, I will never forget this. This is the very first time of intense, who knows what this plan, this life is giving me, but I will take it. It's cool. And I remember this. And the people that was around me, I remember them. Their presence became a gift of this life that has impacted me for the rest of my life. That's a beautiful place to be. It's incredible. I witnessed these things and I want more of that. But it's coming with the line against my life. And I really want to push this thing. But I cannot force the timing of what life has given me, because the opportunity shows at certain time for the right reason at the right time. That's why I believe in God, that His time is always right. Even though I try to force it or not force it, it happens naturally. Just like wearing the fro and going outside and trust the process. And then things naturally happens. And I remember these times. Very unique things. But I listen to my intuition when I do these type of things. But, yeah. And then I somewhat looked at the things I've been writing on my walls. 1 Peter 2:15. God speaks about the people that do gossip, but doing the works, silence them. So that resonates with me. I don't know why, but I feel like I feel like I need to prove something, but it's not really proving something. It's just doing the work of who I am. And as deep as I am, profoundly, this is who I am. I can't change that. And that's kind of like, it would put away the accusation of who I am through the people that thinks about who I am. But I don't care about this that much anymore. But it's something that resonates with me still today. So maybe I have still this energy in me. And then I wrote 1 Peter 5:10. This is another one. It says, in the kindness of God, called you to share in this internal glory to me by means of Christ Jesus. So after you have suffered, I will say it this way, okay? So after I have suffered a little while, he restored, supported, and strengthened me, and has placed me in a firm foundation. I read this. It nourishes me. Why? Well, I just read this today. It shows up on my Facebook, and there's so many things that's happening on my Facebook. I don't even know what's up, but it shows certain things that I don't know, but it's there for a reason. It's just like the zoo with the monkey holding a child happened out of nowhere, and now I no longer have any of these pictures or the zoo showing up on my feed. Strange, but it's been shown to me because I prayed for it. I don't know, but it's censoring something. So through my suffering, I chose God, and I chose myself to go towards healing because God stands for this thing. So I decided to restore myself, but with that sort of pain that I have, back then, it was super vibrant. It is very delicate. The presence of this energy was there. I had to do something. And then it says, so after you have suffered a little while, he will restore, support, and strengthen you. He will place you on a firm foundation. And I desire this. Honestly, for myself, I desire this closeness. Not sure why. To me, it's, I'm not saying I'm not sure why, but to me it's like, there's a lot of healing in that. And I have to work with it. And I have to embrace the suffering. But use it in a healing way where I can discover who I am as the deepest foundation of what I've been as a person. Then I relate myself to whatever God's word. I can't deny this thing. It has helped me in such a dramatic way. In my pain, in my suffering. It's amazing to witness this up. And then I don't know where I got this question. I don't know why I got this question. He does the restoration, we do the surrendering. That's what it is. To me, I surrendered this pain to him, and it somehow guided me, but I had to put the choice in it. I could have chose to go somewhere. But by his grace, I've been put in place, and it made a massive change because I trusted the process, and I always do these things through my suffering. I will go towards that. It is very hard to do. This is not easy. But I took full initiation of embracing this moment to move forward with who I am by my experience from the past. And then this is a question that brought to me is, what is wisdom? Just happened into my brain. I received this thought, nourished my feelings, saying, what is wisdom? That's the question. Because I related wisdom by living righteously. So, righteous means like taking God's word and applying it to live a peaceful life despite the situation. And we'll always have some struggles and stuff, but it is a better guidance to me to see where I need to be, especially when I get hurt. This is a hard place to be. The world, again, the funny thing is, I wrote something back then. Do not be deceived by the world, as the world has deceived us all. So, strange thing, I wrote this up, but it kind of sounds like close to what the knowledge of what God is telling me. But it's not saying I should not embrace what life I have. It's just being aware. It's part of the sort of thing. But righteous living is not about wisdom somehow. I looked it up on ChatGPT, and it's interesting. Being a follower of Christ is to suffer, but for an eternal glory. Well, I don't know. I have to think and pause with this thing, because it is suffering, but it doesn't have to be a suffering. You know, the life has been given. We can choose to be living in pain or living in healing. And nourishing the soul is a defined place for me. So I have to find a way. I have to find a way to find this nourishment of who I am. It's very defined. Not sure where this comes from, but I have to listen to this thing. Nobody can tell me that. And I'm somewhat feeling like it doesn't have to live in a suffering life, but it's to be aware where to guide myself and embrace what I've been given today. It's hard to see. Kiddo and I just read a scripture about wisdom, and if anyone lacks wisdom, ask the Father who is generous. That's one of the verses I know. We rejoice in our sufferings. Yes and no. I don't know how to take that verse either. But I can definitely say that in my suffering, I chose a decision that actually kind of helped me to grow as a person. And it forced me in my suffering. I chose. But God's grace, in a sense, has given me this time, the finance, the situation has been given to me in my lifetime to experience this moment that I've transformed my life entirely. I have basically received this in that very time. It could have been 20 years ago, but it does not happen this way. I have to trust the timing of God. But I'm okay, right? So I kind of searched this wisdom thing, and it's interesting to me just to talk about this stuff, because it's always open to know stuff. But wisdom, based on ChatGPT, what is wisdom? So it says wisdom is not just knowing facts. Wisdom is knowing how to live truthfully with what you know. What I know. Okay? Here are the clearest ways to understand it. Is it a way that I should understand it? I don't know, but I read. Wisdom equals truth plus discernment plus humility plus love applied. Not information alone, not intelligence alone, not emotions alone. Wisdom is seeing what truly matters and living by it. That resonates with me. It's interesting. With some of the examples in scriptures, because God is, that's it. I have this thing. I, the Lord, will make it happen at the right time. So many things. That's why I try to resonate with that, because it's seeing myself optimistically somehow. The Lord stands in such a powerful thing, a positive thing to me. I read this, my future is amazing. Who knows? But that's what I feel. Why? It's the highest authority in life is telling me this. I have to trust what this is. Somehow I trust it that way. So, yeah. And there's another thing here. 3 levels people often confuse. One is knowledge. Facts, data, scripture, science, experiences. You can know many things and still be unwise. That resonates with me, because sometimes I know and I don't do what I should be doing. And that's one verse in the Bible as well. Why do I not do the things that I'm supposed to do and I do the other things? I think it's Peter something that's been mentioning stuff. That's why Peter has betrayed God in a sense, or Jesus in some ways. That demise, not demise, but I'm seeing this verse popping up. I don't know how to explain this specific thing, but I know it's part of this Bible. So the unwise decision is also happening in the wise decision, or whatever the wise way has been presented to me. I will do the unwise stuff. How many times I've done that? Not sure why. I still pray. I have to be humble that way somehow. And then it's like, second one is about like, that has been confused by what we see or perceive is understanding. Seeing how things connect is cause and effect, patterns, consequences, and meaning. Better, but still not wisdom. What? That's interesting. And 3 is wisdom. Choosing rightly even when it costs something. Wisdom lives in action. Restrain when emotion wants indulgence. Truth when lying is easier. That's a hard thing to do. I've experienced this myself. I can't deny this stuff. Patience when anger would explode. Well, patience is powerful. We are always pressured, which leads to chaos and emotional choices. To me, I see this. I've done this myself. I've been angered before, and I won't always be that way in a sense, but I have more patience because I draw a lot, spend a lot of times on my own. And then the other one is like love when bitterness would satisfy. Yeah. Wisdom can see beyond the moment, through illusion, beneath the surface, and past ego. Past ego. That's interesting because I did not think what wisdom was, and then ChatGPT explained this up in that way. And then the biblical definition, in short and powerful, says in the Bible, says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I've seen this verse all the time. This doesn't mean fear like a terror. It means reverence, awareness, humility before God, knowing you are not the center of reality. Wisdom begins when your self is no longer the highest authority and you let God be this way. So that's what I'm saying when I read this thing, Isaiah 60:22, is at the right time, I, the Lord, which sounds to me so massive, way beyond my control, will make it happen for you. I see the presence of this future that is positive. Why is this? Because the name of itself, it says the Lord or God is greater than me. I believe this in my life, that this is the way. I will follow it because it nourished me today. That's why I have it on my wall. I can't deny the nourishment of my life. Even if it's annoying to see these writings on my walls, I cannot deny when I read this, there's light coming out of it. There's optimistic feeling in that. So it's like I let myself, and I try to do this more often, but I need to learn maybe more of this, to let myself and let God's way, or whatever the highest authority of myself would help me in a sense. Because it's always been there. I'm still alive, 42 years old, and many passed away before this. Many has passed away before that. So it gave me the chance to become like that. And then it says here, a simple image is, knowledge is knowing fire burns. That's an example, actually, of what wisdom would be. Is knowledge is knowing the fire burns. Understanding is knowing why fire burns. And then wisdom is not touching it at all. So I feel like wisdom is avoiding, if I would be reading the Bible and knowing this, all the stuff since the beginning of my life, feels like I live in fear of touching things or playing with the experience of life outside my control. So the wisdom of this, whatever, the good and the bad, if somebody says to me that I should not go drink all the time, then I should not touch it whatsoever. I've never, like, from, I don't know when I started drinking coffee, but the highest gap started at 30 years old. When I was 30 years old, I started drinking coffee like crazy. I was not attached to this stuff. And somehow I don't believe that coffee is good for you on an insane amount of it. Like 400 milligrams of that. I have to find how many milligrams I have to because I take a lot of it. Because there's an overdose that can happen after 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in a day. This is a very bad thing. So every milligram counts. But people told me coffee is cool. But then God tells me I should live the natural way. Never alter my state of my own natural way. I always believe that way. So this wisdom will have told me not to touch it whatsoever. That would have been a smart move, because now I'm attached to coffee because of the emotional spike that it gives at a certain time. It's been used. But there's good things and bad things about coffee, you know. But it plays with the nerve system, which is, I don't think it's a good thing, but I'm stuck to it. I'm not perfect. That's the thing. Yeah. And then it's like the real signs of wisdom is a wise person listens more than speaks, does not rush judgments, forgives deeply, accepts correction, sees temptation early. I can relate to that. Because when I draw, I got a temptation of let's go eat, or let's go buy a chip. Or I've done that before. I know this feeling, but I see it before it happens. So it's kind of cool to see this as awareness. But it's all about analyzing everything that nourished me, in a sense, and try to refine this line. Choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. See, that choosing long-term peace is very powerful to me. Choosing a long-term sacrifice for a greater pleasure or greater happiness is more important than the short-term ones. But coffee, when you go every day, it's a short-term pleasure. See, it's like a short-term pleasure, man. It's crazy. But we're so attached to the short-term pleasure. Life is so stressful. You know, life can be stressful some days. When I feel so low, somehow life is attacking me to go check. Let's go to Tim's and buy some donuts. You know, you get tempted to these things. And that line can be refined in such a way. Crazy. We can always improve in this thing. And then this here is that doesn't need to win arguments to win life. Now that's a powerful thing. Wisdom is saying let go of things because it's not really worth fighting for. But it's not about fighting it. It's just being who I am guides me where I need to be. Trusting this. It does not have to be winning life. It's living the nourishment of my life before I die. I see this that way. So nothing here I need to argue and win an argument with somebody or somebody thing. But it's a cool thing that, you know, this sounds like a prideful thing to try to win something, but you don't need to. But it is. And then it's here, it walks softly but stands firmly. Not sure what that means, but when I walk, I'm pretty cool. So wisdom looks like a calm strength. Okay? That's what it's telling me what wisdom is. It's not calculated on facts or anything like that. It's the character. The deepest truth. Wisdom is not something you achieve. It's something you receive. Wow, that's interesting. Okay. It comes through surrender, suffering, prayer, stillness, time, humility, and love. Wow. And then after this, I asked, the ChatGPT asked me, let me ask you this. When you ask what is wisdom, it's funny that ChatGPT somehow knew I asked that question for a reason. No matter what. There's a reason why I asked this question, obviously. But somehow it answered certain things that it's telling me. I thought wisdom was living righteously according to God's will. But it's not 100% apparently. So I don't know what ChatGPT is saying, but it could be not, who knows. But it says, how do I live rightly? How do I stop hurting? Or how do I stop being lost? Or how do I discern what's real? How do I become whole? My thing is, I said, the reason why I asked this question is to live rightly according to what God wants me to be. Because I know peace belongs to God. Why should I not go there? And it showed me that way over time. 42 years old, man. That's a long time. But every time I go there, I feel nourishing. It's amazing. And witnesses that, I know where to go in a sense. Which answered pretty much all this. How to become close or whole. But I said rightly, and then it says that is a beautiful answer. Live rightly is a language of the soul, that the mouth, not the mouth. Let's make it real and simple. Then it shows me this stuff. That's why I share this thing, because it's such a powerful thing. Be still and know. Yan, that thing is giving me such a comfort. When I want to know, I say to myself, be still and know. Because God told me, wherever I go, just be still, because that's what He would be doing. And then, whatever, there's a verse in somewhere, the darkness will always surface to the light. There's a verse of that. It's on my wall. I don't remember it's 100% what's this verse itself, but I know by the thing is, the truth will always surface in certain way. Even though we don't speak it, it shows it. It cannot live in the darkness forever, because the darkness do need the light to nourish themselves. I see it this way. So be still and know. What a powerful thing. Meow. Hey, how you doing, Tensi? And I like to talk about this stuff because it is nourishing it's nourishing my best self. I see myself wanting this. This is a reason why there's a reason why I want this. It attracts me to go there. Naturally, I don't know why it's attracting me there, but I know it's good. So I want to go there. It's worth putting my time in it. Learning more about life in general. You know, it's knowledge. Apparently it's not wisdom, but it's making me do some certain calculation in my mind to try to put myself in the right place. It's powerful. Walk softly but stand firmly. It means to, approach interactions with diplomacy, tact, and humility while processing the strength, resource, or resolve to assert your position and stand your ground if necessary. Okay, so it's more like self-control instead of being afraid. But while being afraid, it sounds like we are not softly, and almost like I'm not fully softly, and I'm not fully standing firm. But refining this thing, it takes a lot, because now I'm seeing this verse, 2 Timothy 1:7. It says God gave us a spirit of not of fear, but yet we are fearing it. But we need to have self-control, discipline enough and a sound mind to know that it's going to be okay and stand firm in that. That's a challenge to me. That's a challenge to me to overcome. I always been challenged by this thing, especially when I go outside and do opera singing. And I have to be firm enough and humiliate myself to receive something greater than myself and trusting this up. It's crazy, man. I've always been in a safe place, so it's a strange thing. And yeah, so that thing is telling me like I have to be very aware of it. Yeah, so being aware of it and trying to refine the sign. Because we're so not perfect, man. It's insane. If we compare it to the perfection of not being afraid. Jesus was not even afraid, man. He just went through full-fledged. Nothing. Just cool. Some people have this ability to just be, okay, let's do this. Not afraid whatsoever. Where's that coming from? What a gift. That's a gift I don't have. I have to build this thing. Trust myself, and I still can't reach the level they were. But it's not about trying to match who they are and trying to copy them because they're better than me. It's not about that. It's like I have to use my gifts, and you know, we need to be a whole of different people to create this community of gifts together to build. I see that way because some of my stuff is not that great, but some of the stuff I do is super good. I have to accept that. And it's fun to have other people to collaborate, you know? That's a powerful thing. Standing for your beliefs and values and harm no one. See? Stand for your beliefs and values and harm no one. That sounds, to me, it's a grateful place to be. And even though people say certain things, it's no longer about them. It's about the selfless way. Nobody's going to hurt you if you hug a tree, but yet you going hugging a tree in front of every single person in downtown. I definitely, someone is going to say in their heads, what is this guy doing? I will receive this thought constantly for the next 30 minutes. But then after this, it's like I experienced this in a sense, a different way with my fro. After 40 minutes of meditation with my fro on the crosswalk over there, I stopped thinking what people think of me. I stopped trusting who I am, no matter what. I overcame what people think of me, which becoming to me is closer to me, and not get influenced by the external things, to believe in myself, which leads to me to do the things I'm doing now without fear too much, because I try to accept the passage that I gave in myself, which is allowed by life. Stan Ribley, you go into the direction of the most dominant thoughts. Oh, that's kind of cool. The most dominant thoughts. So what would be the dominant thoughts? So the dominant thoughts would it look like as if like some people are saying to me, you should be doing opera singing certain day, or what that specific day is. Everybody's telling me to do certain thing. They keep showing up through all of the people around. It keeps showing up. Opera singing. I need some confirmation to me to go pull off something crazy. Without hurting anybody, obviously, but it's somehow it does exactly what it needs to be. It's weird, man. I've been told to do this thing like that somehow. Maybe that's the dominant thoughts. That's interesting. And then it says here, like, so what does it mean to be living rightly? So I read this, does not mean being perfect, does not mean never failing. It does not mean becoming religious instead of human. To live rightly means to walk in the truth, love and humility, even when it costs you. And then it says here, the 5 pillars of living rightly. It's interesting because why did I receive this question in my hand saying, what is wisdom? Because in a defined way, I thought of this, but do I truly know? I have to see it as if I never knew this name again, or I never know what this wisdom thing. I should probably say to myself, I should search everything as if it was completely new when I was born, and then see what it means. It'd be an interesting way to see it. Your heart's message, regardless of outside influences. Your heart's message, regardless of outside influence. What do you mean by this specifically, John? So the 5 pillars of living rightly. These are ancients and unbreakable. Number 1, live in truth. Do not lie to others, yourself, God. I mean, if it says that, then we already lied, because it already knows that we lied before. Why would it say live by truth? Because we lived by lying as well. So I see this that way. But the number 1 thing is truth. Don't. It's almost like I cannot pretend when I receive today, because tomorrow if I die, I create regrets. If I lie, would it be true? Or would it be ungrateful? So I'm seeing this that way. That being true resonates with me. I try to do my best. Living rightly begins when you stop negotiating with reality. Oh, that's interesting. Truth is humble, but it sets you free. See, John 16:3 or 3:16, I'm not even sure what it is. The truth. That's so funny. It's Wednesday and I'm doing a Bible study. Oh man. The truth sets you free. John 3:16. Now, where is it? If you hold my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So John 8:32. Okay. John 3:16. What is that? Give me a second. John 3:16. What is that supposed to mean? John 3:16 is a famous Bible verse that states, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believed in him should not perish." Wow, I have this in my head? That's like the most important thing ever. What is going on? Follow your heart tells you. Yeah, that's one part of it. You know what I mean? And then I have to kind of somewhat, I feel I need to have at least a direction of what, but you know what? If I follow my heart, sometimes my mind will mislead it because we're so influenced by the external things. That's why I create fear into my life. Because fear, I feel it comes from the past, but more of the future, because fear from the future causes me anxiety. Now my heart wants to live today. All of these things is useless. I can only express myself aloud today. I have to be humble enough to accept whatever is happening. It's a presence of peace, man. It's powerful. I don't know, man. It's crazy. The language of the heart cannot think, can only live. This is the thing. Trust is the key. Oh, it's in here. I'm not doing great today, but I'll be okay. How are you doing? Oh, Tensi. Whatever is going on today, what would be... It's funny you come online at this time. Whatever is happening today, in my experience, there's better days. And today shall pass. Somehow God told me, today will always pass. Things shall pass. And it's almost like there will be rest days. Maybe today is a rest day. It's just you're feeling off a bit today. And that's okay. Because part of this life is exactly what Jesus went through, no matter what. What you feel today, somebody went through the same thing in a different scenario, because we're all unique in a sense. But I find that if I look at certain things and I put stuff on my walls, like again, I know I'm surrounded by something that is more greater than myself. I submitted myself to something that's higher than myself. I humbled myself in that sense. I don't need to try to become better than somebody else, but I know I can be close to this higher thing of myself. What is your higher self? What is your best self? What is today? What would you do? The question is, when you're hurt in the day, somehow life is closer to you, and you're more resonant with your thoughts when you're in pain, but emotionally. That's a power unto you. I do not feel this way today, the same way you would feel this day. Keep your mind where your feet are not, forward or backwards. Wow. Very centered thought right there, John. That's so cool. Keep your mind where your feet are not, forward or backward. Then I should just go and meditate on the corner and really put myself into the situation. Okay, so you gave me an idea. So somehow, Tensi, if you're painful emotionally and you feel down, in the case of this, in my experience, I went outside to do some really crazy stuff. Hugging a tree for 40 minutes, an hour. Do it an hour. This is crazy. Go even with the light. It's like, I'm seeing this vision. I would go to the gazebo in Riverview with the lights all over the place. And then I'll start hugging the tree that has the most lights to it. And so many people will pass. But then I cannot think about the past or the future because I'm living now. Somehow I did some crazy stuff. Completely random. People think I'm nuts. I will keep thinking of this because I can't think about the past or the future. I just did this craziness. And this is coming from Patch Adam movie, is causing a trauma. But it's not a trauma, but it's a constant thought automatically happening to me because I shocked my system outside its control. And I can't think about something negative about whatever happened. It's weird, man. Hug a person, totally random. You know, I've done this before. I don't know why, but somehow it was presented to me, testing the boundaries. I decided to go outside, put a massive sign, and then go downtown. And it says, free hug and happy birthday. If you want me to sing happy birthday and opera singing, let me know. Anyways, I caused so much trauma to my brain that that day became completely opposite from what I thought from the past to the future. Usually I feel like when I'm so down is because I'm thinking too much of the past. And I'm too anxious of life, anxiety, I think too much of the future. The writing that I do is putting me back in the present moment of writing. Doesn't matter what it says. Somehow it's putting present moments. And I would write the most insane things that people would probably think it's nuts. Because that's exactly my boundary where I'm like, who cares what people think? I will push it to the max, just like I put my notes on my walls. That boundary is now broken. I no longer fear what people think, in a sense. Has given me some healing to trust the process. It's crazy, man. I do hug trees almost every day. But I do live into the woods, so maybe next time I go... Let's go do this downtown. You call me tomorrow or whenever you're ready, Tensi, and then we go downtown. I'll bring 2 froze for the bros. It's nuts. Breaking canvases is the same thing. Who needs paint, man? I think I will go now, as I'm not really religious, maybe myself, but I have all the wonderful evening filled with religion. Sure, yes, take your time. And if you want, we can experiment this ridiculous, crazy deal. Sounds like a deal. Sounds like a deal. Sounds like a deal. So, Fro, man, we have to use the most busiest day. I mean, I'm so tight right now, but we could probably focus on 1 hour and just stand to the spot. Now, doing it alone in such a massive surrounding without everybody there, in doing it alone is even more impactful than doing it with 2 people. So the presence of somebody you know is comfort, but the things that is not there, that you're not knowing, is out of comfort big time. You're alone in this journey, but that's okay, because this is an exercise. It's an experiment of thinking outside the box and to let life be this way. That changed my life, man. Yeah. And many occasions of weird stuff that I could do, you know, as put myself back in time, of present time, living now. It's powerful. The lessons from the past would create a better tomorrow. Yes, Yan, you're right. The lessons from the past would create a better tomorrow, which kind of, to me, is a good thing to do. It's a risk calculator with the experience we've got. But this is always the same thing every day to me. I will always learn from my past as much as I can to judge my future. But at this very moment of myself, what do I want to emphasize before I die? And it's like, I want to say what is nourishing me as a person today. The most important thing before I leave this life is the nourishment of my soul. What does that mean to me? And that's where I would go more often than my past. And I've learned this with my past, to a better future. It's powerful stuff, man. You have this knowledge, Yan. I'm telling you, man. You have this presence in you that this is going to make a difference in such a way. It's powerful, man. Sounds too cold for me. Well, I mean, it is cold outside, but then it's challenging. What is the challenge today? We will go hug trees in the minus 25 for 1 hour and make sure that everybody's around. And then you make sure you have a massive hairdo so that people really stares at what the heck is going on here. And I'm sure life will show us some smiles and also some really strange faces. I'm laughing because I have to test this massive boundary. It's kind of nuts. Who does this stuff? It is about doing the things that nobody does on a very obviously respectful way. Nobody will hurt you. Test the things. Oh, I'll pass. See? I'll pass because my experience from the past told me that it might be too cold in the future, so I will pass from the past. So I will be still and know from this guy's experience what he feels like when he's done this challenge. Oh man, it's all creative, crazy, it's nuts, man. It's being life. It's powerful. And okay, so here it goes. There's another thing. 3. It says, "Do not poison your soul." Now it says to me, "Do not poison my soul." Okay. Avoiding certain things. Okay, that's good to know. Avoid bitterness. Now I've seen this too many times, and I don't like it. So, bitterness, anger towards yourself. It's not fun. It's not fair. Unfairness. I feel unfairness in that sort. And then there's another one is lust, pride, cruelty, self-hatred. It's really what I was just saying. Lying for convenience. Oh man, I have seen that so many times. A lot of suffering in that. Revenge in your heart. Oh. But the thing is, that's exactly what human beings are. We will all have this stuff going on through our lives, no matter what. And that to me is like being aware of these things. I gotta be smart enough. That's why I wear the fro. Everything goes. No longer fear of whatever's gonna happen. I can't be revenging myself in my heart if I wear the fro and then everything happens. I can't have pride. It's alternating my state of myself. It's the powerful thing. It is the alter ego. And I think that's pretty much what all ego would be, is bitterness, lust, pride, cruelty, and self-hatred and all that stuff. I don't know. It's interesting that this ChatGPT told me this: do not poison your soul. Okay. And it says, these destroy quietly. Oh man. Okay, so it's within the quiet state. It's not loudly. Living rightly is often the quiet war against your own shadow. Oh wow, that's kind of a cool way to see it. And then it says, practice integrity in small things. Character is built when nobody sees you. What you secretly nurture. Journaling has completely changed my brain. Be still and know. And then I write some stuff and I know stuff. It's crazy, man. Dollar store journaling has changed my life. And then it says, what you secretly nurture becomes you publicly. Oh man, this is actually really cool to know. Why did I put so much notes on my walls? And that's what I'm resonating with. It says I'm becoming the person publicly, the way that I am, on a massive level. Because I told myself, massive things that I do, massive things happens in my life. This year was nuts, man. I don't understand. And then 5 says, choose forgiveness over score keeping. Score keeping, what is that supposed to be? Forgiveness is not weakness, it is spiritual strength. Resentment chains you to yesterday. Oh man. Resentment chains you to yesterday. Forgiveness releases tomorrow. That's a really nice way to say this. I should probably write this down. Yes, John, absolutely. Thanks for showing up again. That's amazing. God bless, my friend. It's so cool. The things we say, man, it's resonating, it's nourishing. This is the important part of today. Because tomorrow is not there and yesterday was gone. Nourishing my soul today is more important today than anything. You showed up. And a bunch of people showed up. I'm so grateful. That's how it goes. Amazing. The narrow path is not restrictive. It is freeing. The narrow path. What? The world says, do what you feel right. Wisdom says, do what is right. One creates chaos. One creates peace. Oh my. Oh my. The narrow path is not restrictive, it's freeing. The world says don't do what feels right, but the wisdom says do what is right. I've never heard this way. Interesting. Wow. Very cool. But it's just a question I asked. What is wisdom? Because I did not know. And then somehow this answers quite a bit. Here is a living test you can use daily before acting. Ask, is it true? Is this loving? Is it humble? Will this build or erode my soul? See, I'm coming here as a number 4. It says, will this build me or erode my soul? And it says, why does this say soul? It's probably a way my journaling is, but it's like saying, nourishing my soul. Would it be worth living this way or not? Or hurt it? You know, it's kind of interesting. Would I do this if God were standing beside me? Oh man. And then it's on parodies. It says, yes. Okay. If any answer is no, pause. Oh. That pause is wisdom. Oh man, you break it down in that way. That's actually pretty cool. That's wow. Okay, and one is here. It says one final truth: you will fail sometimes. No, we are failing 100%. But living rightly is not about never failing. It's about always returning. God honors returning hearts more than flawless ones. Oh, I like this. Interesting. Incredible. So this is it. Conversation of the day. I've been here on for maybe an hour or so. I have to go back to drawing. But this is the thing today. I had this question, what is wisdom? And it gave me those answers on ChatGPT, which is very clean cut, straightforward. That some stuff in here is worth writing. The world says, do what feels right. Wisdom says, do what is right. One creates chaos, one creates peace. And then the other one is, before acting, ask if it's true. Is this loving? Is this humble? Will this build or erode my soul? Which resonates to, would it nourish my soul or not? Would I do this if God were standing beside me? And it says, if any answer is no, pause. And that pause is wisdom. Wow. Incredible. Very cool. But that's what it is. Great to share this, what is wisdom, based on what ChatGPT is. I could search more stuff about wisdom, but it's compiled in such a compressed way to learn about this subject of wisdom. And I'm always attracted to this. Why am I attracted to this? I want to add more to this self-awareness. Because it's important to me. It's guiding me somewhere that is truly matter. Can't create regrets. Can't pretend. How can I refine this up? It's knowing the wisdom and living by my truth, no matter what. And be wise enough to choose grateful moments over the things that is against it. I want to refine my life this way because the time I have left, I do not know. But I know that nourishing this is guiding me to a very profound place before I leave this life. It's great. That's the word of the day. I thank you very much for stopping by and having a little bit of a communication on this. And I will see you when I see you. Don't know when, but I enjoy doing this. So I might actually keep doing this stuff here and there, despite if it's religious or not. It's about nourishing myself. How can I refine this line before I die? That's all it is. The rest is not important too much. Yeah. So that's amazing. You guys have a good Wednesday. I can't believe I did a Bible study or whatever you want to call this, but Wednesday night, what is that? I felt doing this up. I received this up. All right, cool. But yeah, so I wish you all a good day, and I will keep you posted on all this art stuff because I've been doing all of this portrait of dogs and cats. It's pretty cool. Surprisingly, I've got quite a bit more in December. This is a late situation, I guess, but very grateful to bring these things to life. I say things, but it shouldn't be things, but it's just the presence of healing is into this. I see it. I draw animals and it's life to it somehow. I don't know how. I have to refine this line to be grateful. I don't know what I've done, but it's there. Can't explain what that is, and it's 99% always there. It's been given into my journey of life. I'm so deeply, profoundly grateful for that I've shared this life this way. Yeah. I would not have been there without the people in this journey and these conversations I get through those meetups and the calls and the connections. Every little bit counts. It's been allowed by life this way. And I'm grateful for each individual person, moment, time. It's great. I cannot buy this time, but it's allowed. I'm a fraction of this life. If I see it in time, I'm a fraction. And I'm just able to do this today. Wow. I'm grateful for this. Absolutely 100%. And anybody, that's requesting something from me, it's defining myself. Especially the refinement of these portrait of dogs and cats. They are unique and profound. It's so funny because the dog spelled reverse, it says God. What is the chances that this happens, But your dog is your best friend. It will go through pain for you. More than any human being, I guess. It's very, 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 very deep. So a profound message of life in them that I resonate very well with. It's powerful. I don't own a dog, but it's resonating to God. Wow. All right. I will let you go. And thank you so much for staying. And this is about, like I said, an hour or so. You guys have a good day. And I just wanted to give you an update of things today, my thoughts and the way I am of the day. And till next time. Tomorrow, I got not much stuff to do. I will still be home. And Lord willing, I'm still there. And yeah, so very cool. You guys keep going in a great way. Never give up. Your life is a gift today because you're alive still. after all these years. It's powerful. You are a gift to this life, and your presence can change somebody's life, no matter what. Could be just your face is cool for somebody. I'm seeing this way. Your face is so cool for somebody. All you need was your presence, and you change people's lives. It's funny, but the presence of it is the presence of this energy or whatever it is, always going to be there. Low or high, somehow life sends you the exact right people to find this comfort when we're not comforted. And when we are comforted, we can comfort somebody else when they're not in the comfort of life. We're all in a scenario of full circle of life for a reason. It's powerful. All right. See you later. And I will see you, I'll see you later. I see you later and I see you later. Who knows?